What's going on, people? Welcome back to Premzy TV. Arsenal 2, Sporting Lisbon 2. It's all a mad thing, people. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. We take a 2-2 draw back to the Emirates, and I think we'll have more than enough in our locker to overturn the result and get the victory, you know what I mean, and go through to the last 8. I think it's well in our grasp. We know what the boys are like at home, and we're going to dive straight into it. But it wasn't a convincing performance. I got to be honest with you. I think at the start of the game, it was a good blend, barring, I say, Saka. I would have maybe give Smith Rowe some minutes in his legs and rested Saka because, you know, we got an important running in the league and Saka is so vital to what we're doing as a football club at the moment. But look, the game started well. William Saliba, from a set piece, he managed to get his head on the ball and put the ball in the back of the net. And to be fair, it was a good leap and it was a good finish. Not seen a score from a set piece in a short while. You get me directly. Yeah, the Reece Nelson goal come from a set piece, but getting the head on the ball and putting it in the back of the net, I like to see that. But then down the other end, these man end up doing the same thing to us. I think that's 4 goals we've conceded since we've come back from the international break from the World Cup. You get me, by a set piece, and that's double than what we've conceded beforehand. So that's starting to become a little bit of a concern. I just hope to God that we could try to eradicate that out of the game. But like I said, it was a good blend. We got to see Jakub Kivior play today, and I'm not going to be too harsh on him. You know what I could get like? I could be harsh on players. I think it's his first game. He's got to get used to the team and also used to the centre-back pairing of him and Saliba or whoever it might be. But for that goal, the first one, it looked like he ducked out a little bit to me. And Turner, he should have done much better on that corner. 100%. He looked like he was too stagnated. He was standing there. He didn't really know what was going on. But he did make a few saves in the game in order to kind of redeem himself, I suppose. But I expect better from Turner in that kind of position. Maybe we could put it down to him not playing since January. The last time he played was Man City away in the FA Cup. But still, you got to be on job there, in my personal opinion. But look, for me in that first half, we didn't move the ball quick enough. I'll be totally honest with you. We didn't move the ball quick enough. I think there was opportunities when Reece Nelson was ready to break the lines and get in behind, and the ball just wasn't coming quick enough, or Zinchenko was giving the ball away a few times and we couldn't really get a proper foothold in the game. Even though we had a lot of the possession, we had 70% possession in that first half, we didn't really create anything too clinical. But look, like I said, a draw is not the end of the world. It's a decent result to take back to the Emirates, and then we could finish the job off at home. Second half now, it's a bit crazy because we started the second half off pretty good, to be honest. We were on the front foot. We were playing well, knocking the ball around. However, these men end up getting a goal. And to be fair, I think they cut us open a little bit too easy. I was expecting us to be able to break it down, learn from the first half where they were getting in behind and having opportunities. Because in that first half, they did have a few opportunities to either get a goal or have a shot on goal. And I wanted to eradicate that in the second half. But the second half come, these men scored. And I think we responded well. I think we were the better team in the second half. We were trying to be cautious, but at the same time, be patient and find our route to goal and make sure that we were efficient. We got a little bit of luck. Granit Xhaka had a shot. It come off their kid. I think it was Morietta. And it's this, we scored, get me, 2-2. We had a few more opportunities. A brilliant run from Martinelli to go on goal. But I think his last touch kind of took it away from him. And the defender came, recovered, took the ball away for a corner, celebrated it like it was a goal. So all in all, like I said, I'm not too disappointed. I would have liked to see us come away with a victory, obviously. But this is expected. We're not going to see the same kind of fluidity and the same kind of composure when the first 11 are out, because not all these players play together all the time. You get me? Jorginho was in there for me. He had a decent performance again. Fabio Vieira had a decent performance. Martinelli as the striker was doing all right. Reece Nelson, you can see he was trying to make things happen. Didn't quite work for him. Saka today, though, he looked a little bit off it. I'm not gonna sit here and butter anything up. I think he could have had a much better performance than what we've seen from Saka and we've been accustomed to seeing. But then again, that was down to Sporting's defending. Every time he got the ball, there was quite a few man on him. So he was kind of limited into what he could do. Towards the back end of the game, we seen him have a few shots and whatnot. I hope he's all right, because we've seen a little bit of an injury occur there, and he was kind of stumbling all over the show towards the back end of the game. I don't know if he's severely injured or if it's just a little knock from a tackle. Hopefully he's nothing too serious. But there's one thing I want to get into, and that's Kieran Tierney, people. You get me? Because Kieran Tierney wasn't in the match day squad today. I think this would have been a perfect opportunity for him to get some game time. He's got to be injured. For me, he's got to be injured. There's no way Kieran Tierney was not involved in the squad today. And I think there's been reports of Newcastle being interested in him. I'm not going to lie. I'll be pissed off if Newcastle end up signing Kieran Tierney. He's a player that we need in this squad, somebody that epitomises Arsenal. And I think if we end up losing a player like Kieran Tierney, I don't think Nuno Tavares is going to step in and cut it. That's my God's honest truth, people. I do not think Tavares is going to cut it in the Premier League. He's been looking okay in France, but I don't think he's the same player in the Premier League at all. So I want to see what's going on there. Another surprise as well. Well, it's not too much of a surprise, but we all seen Gabriel Jesus back in training, and there might have been a shout for him to be involved in the matchday squad, but he wasn't involved in the squad as well today, which it could potentially be a good sign, because I don't want Jesus being rushed back to play in, because, you know, when you have a knee injury, if you played football and you know about knee injuries, they're not very pleasant. You get me? It could take you some time to come back from that. And the way Jesus plays as well, twists and turns on your knees, to taking the full flack of that. So we need Jesus 100% ready before he comes into any game. I like Arteta's substitutions in the 70 minutes. He's seen that we needed to shore things up. Zinchenko was on a yellow card, so he brought him off a little bit earlier on in the second half for Tomiyasu. Then again, Smith Rowe came on. What's his name? Gabriel came on as well, and Thomas Partey. And that kind of shored things up. The regular partnership of Saliba and Gabriel, it just works a treat. You get me? It works a treat. They understand each other. They know when one of them goes, one of them's going to sit back. I think it was a little bit tricky at the start with Kiwior and Saliba, because they really don't have that understanding between each other. But they worked it out. It wasn't too bad. But I haven't seen anything from Kiwior in this game to think this guy's going to be a top-notch centre-back. Obviously, it's still early. It's his first game. Not trying to get onto him too tough, but I didn't see anything too fantastic from him. But like I said, now we take a draw back to the Emirates and we got to handle our business. For me, we have to be going for the Europa League as well. I understand and appreciate that the Premier League is our number one top priority. But for me, a club like Arsenal, especially that we've strengthened in January as well, we need to be going out there and looking to win both competitions. And that's what I want to see. I want to see us go strong at home against Sporting, not take them lightly, and go for the win. They're going to have two vital players missing as well. Their captain in Cortez, he's out as well. So he's going to be missing that return leg. And also Moriata, he's missing the home leg as well. So maybe it might be a blessing for them, because considering that he scored an own goal. We don't know, people. But let's get into some of the comments. See what you man are saying in the chat. Nicholas says, we'll take a draw any day. Trust me, Sporting's a difficult place to go to at times. We've seen what happened with Tottenham. These men end up beating Tottenham there as well. So they're no pushovers. They're a good football inside. They've got a few players in that squad, like Edwards, who can pick the ball up and make something happen out of nothing. And to be fair, I think it was a good game overall. It was a good game. Big up to the away fans as well. You can hear them in abundance as well, supporting and backing the team. So big up to them, whoever's travelled out there. First game for Jakob. Don't panic. I'll be honest, bro. I'm not panicking. It's just I'm just analysing what I've seen from this first game. And to be fair, I've seen man closing his eyes and turning his shoulder. You get me for that ball. Whether he's heard a shout or not from Turner, that's another question, because then it all just falls on Turner, because he should have been dealing with that 110%. If that was Ramsdale, I'll have no doubt that he's dealing with that. We should be fine at the Emirates. The good thing is that no injuries is recorded from our players. Yeah, I seen Saka moving a little bit gingerly towards the back end of the game. Hopefully that's nothing too major, but you're right. At least no one got injured. At least we didn't lose the game, and we're going back to the Emirates with a draw. So all is not lost, people. Our second team is not good enough. We can't we can't with them, man, in the Champions League. Big up, Prems. I'm guessing you're saying that we can't have them kind of players in the Champions League. But I do hear that. I think we will be strengthening in the summer, 110%. There's been talks of Declan Rice coming, potentially Casado coming. Is one of them situations where we definitely will have to strengthen if we're going to be going into the Champions League and looking to fight on all fronts. Because I think with Mikel Arteta being involved with Manchester City over the years, he's been accustomed to them going for every single title, every single cup that they're in. And I think that mentality he's going to bring over to Arsenal, definitely. I think he just knows right now we haven't got the full squad to be competing on all four fronts. However, I think we should have a squad to compete in the Europa League and the Premier League. It's going to be difficult, don't get me wrong, because we're going to be playing Thursday and Sundays. So 9 out of 10 Manchester City are going to be playing on the Saturday before us, and we've got to be kind of chasing down their result or hoping to better their result, which can accumulate into a little bit of pressure. But the one thing we've seen from Arsenal this season is we have been handling pressure quite good. So we'll have to take it from there. Off topic, but I want to say a huge thank you to you, Premzy, for motivating me to start my own boxing channel. Hopefully, I could get you on one of our shows one day. Now, 100%, bro. Definitely. Just drop me a little inbox on Instagram. And obviously, if I can make it and I'm available, I would definitely jump on and help you out, bro. I try to help anyone out as much as I can. I'll be honest with you. If I can't do it, I'll just be honest and just let you know. And if there is another time that we can arrange to do something, we could do it, definitely. Nice one, Premzy. You're doing well, my guy. Keep it up now. Big up and respect. And it's thank you to you that I keep coming and putting streams out and putting reactions out, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be able to grow the channel or have that kind of support to be motivated to keep pushing the channel as well. So big up to you, and I appreciate the love. How was it, Premzy? 2-2. We keep conceding. That's something that we got to eradicate fast. Conceding goals now is becoming a part of our uniform that we just need to try to strip down ASAP, because if we want to go on and win this title, we know what we must do. You get me? The defense, best defenses is what wins leagues. If we keep conceding, then we're going to have to outscore the opposition in order to get them points and get them victories, which we don't want to do. And of late, we've having to score late in games in order to clinch them 3 points, which we ought to try to eradicate. Like I said in my post-match reaction on the last game, sometimes it feels better winning in the last minute than winning a normal 3-0 or 4-0, because it shows character from the boys. It shows that we can go on and do this. But that's only here and there. I want to see that. You get me? I want to see us keeping clean sheets. The more clean sheets that we keep, the better chance we have to go on and win this title. There's 12 games to go in the Premier League. You get me? We have to see it as 12 finals. We put the effort in now. We'll see the rewards by the end of the season, because just imagine how it would be. Open top bus parade, Arsenal lifting the trophy, the Premier League after 19 years. It would be absolutely mad. I'm telling you, it'd be absolutely mad. Get me? Big up to yourself, bro. I'm all blessed. Hope you're good. Premzy, I hate this competition. It disturbs our focus in the EPL. But look, if you want to be one of the big teams, bro, you're going to be in these kind of competitions, whether it's the Europa League or it's the Champions League. You're going to have to play 2 times a week. You get me? Because this is what big teams do. We just got to facilitate the squad to be able to deal with that. Maybe this season we're not fully facilitated for it. But in my opinion, I think we should be able to give it a good go with the players that we've got. Tomiyasu is good replacement. Kieran Tierney, even though he weren't there today, good player. You get me? Now we've signed a defensive centre back in Kivior. Today, obviously, we're going to have to see more than what he can offer us today, but he stepped in. He didn't do anything too silly. He kept it pretty simple. We've got Jorginho now as cover. Eddie Nketiah is going to be on the bench when Jesus is back. We've seen him in training. Smith Rowe's back to fitness. We have got options in the squad. Fabio Vieira as well. He's in the squad. He can offer us something. We've seen today. I'll be honest, I think Fabio Vieira had quite a good game. You get me? I think he played well today. So we do have the squad for it, especially for the Europa League. I understand for the Champions League, we're going to have to definitely improve it 110%. we'll definitely have to improve on what we've got. And I think Arteta will do that. And we do got to show that trust in Arteta and Edu, because the players they have brought in, they've kind of hit the ground running. Only one who hasn't is probably Sambi Lokonga, and they've acted fast on him and proactive, and they've loaned him out to Crystal Palace as well. So they are doing something right. So we shouldn't worry too much. And I think we should basically just wait until the summer to see who we do bring in to try to stable the squad a little bit better when it comes to the Champions League games. I see what you're saying here. We should have won today. Poor defending. Kivior hasn't played for us yet. He's not up to scratch yet. He should have jumped on that corner. We will go through next week. Come on, you Gunners. I was just saying that a little bit earlier on in the stream as well. This is what I was saying with Kivior. I'm not trying to get on his back too tough, because it's his first game and he's got to understand the players around him and kind of, you know, get that chemistry with the boys. But I agree, he should have definitely been jumping, especially if you're a centre back as well. I want to see no nonsense centre backs at Arsenal. Get me, where managers bodying people, because that's what I want to see. Like Gabriel, there's no nonsense from him. You get me? He's knocking the keeper out with that header if he doesn't think he's getting it, or it's just he's bringing someone down. Obviously, we don't want to be giving pens away, but I just want to see no nonsense. I meant back from New Zealand to England. I'm a bit confused with that one, but yeah, big up yourself, bro. What are your thoughts on Turner and Kivior? I just basically said it a little bit earlier on in the stream. I think Kivior, his debut, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to judge him just off one game, but he should have definitely been jumping for that corner. He shouldn't be turning his back and kind of ducking out of it, closing his eyes. I'm not for that. Maybe he got a shout from Turner. I think Turner, he made a few decent saves in the game, but he should have done a lot better with that corner. 110%. He just looked like his heels were stuck in the mud and he couldn't really jump for it, which is disappointing, because Turner's been quite a good replacement for Aaron Ramsdale. Well, Aaron Ramsdale's not been in the team. You get me? There's been at times when we've been at away games and everyone's singing USA, USA, because Turner's been putting in some solid performances. I think if that was Ramsdale, he's saving that all day long. Hi, bro. A 2-2 is a good result. We can take them home and beat them. 100% agree with you. Definitely 100% agree with you, bro. I think at the Emirates, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to beat us at the Emirates. We've seen this season, we've made it a fortress. Yeah, we have dropped a few points at the Emirates, but to the teams that we've dropped the points to, barring Brentford, and that Brentford game, we got outdone. We knew we should have had a goal in that game. It is all a mad thing. But yeah, I'm confident. Big up Premzy. You and Lee Gunner got to do a stream. I'll look into it, you know, bro. I'll be honest with you at the moment, because I've been so busy. I've just been trying to do a few match reactions. Normally, I'll pull out match previews as well. I haven't managed to do a few because I've been tied up with work. But I'm going to be going on holiday on Tuesday. And when I get back, I'm going to be reeling out the content. Hopefully, I'm going to start a daily show as well. And also, I've got another show starting with a different panel from Premier League Unpacked. And it's going to be quite exciting. So make sure you man stay tuned in for that one. I think we could do with a field Walcott. Nah. Them times are gone, bro. I'm telling you, them times are gone. I think the wingers that we've got in play are good. I think when Gabriel Jesus comes back into this team, we're going to be stocked up well. We've seen Eddie Nketiah come in and do a job for Gabriel Jesus. He'll be good coming off the bench. You get me? I think Martinelli and Reece Nelson can play on the left or the right. Saka as well, quality. And Trossard, we're forgetting about Trossard. He's been injured, but Trossard is a quality player, man. Ever since he's joined us, he's just been putting them performances in. If he's not scoring, he's assisting. If he's not assisting, he's making it difficult for defenders to get a hold of him, and he's creating opportunities for other players. So I think we've done all right in the sense of bringing in a Jorginho and a Trossard. Like I said, with the Kivior, we got to wait and see what he can offer for the rest of the time at Arsenal, because at the moment it looks like Rob Holding's a better player than him, just going off this one game. I might be a bit harsh. I'm just saying what I see. But we are going to have to play full strength team now. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I think there could have been a pro to maybe starting a strong team here, taking off players once the game's won, taking a victory back to the Emirates, a healthy victory, and that way we could have mixed it up a little bit. But it works hand in hand. Do you know what I mean? It could have been a situation where we did play our strongest team and it might have not worked out. But taking it back to the Emirates with a 2-2, you got to think we've gone away to Sporting. It's not an easy place to go and get a victory, and we should be confident. I think they've won. I think they haven't won in quite a few years in England, to be honest. I think the last time they won was a good few years back in England. So I'm not really worried. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not really worried. If we would have lost this game, then it would have been a little bit sticky, because then Sporting are going to come to the Emirates and sit back and try to see us out as much as they can, and we're going to have to break them down. But the draw there, they're going to have to come at us. We're going to have to go at them. The one thing about this game, it was quite open as well. You get me, and that gives me some confidence at the Emirates that if it's that kind of way at the Emirates, especially with the fans behind us, we'll push them to the side. Did you celebrate yesterday? Are you talking about Tottenham? Of course I celebrated, bro. I'm telling you, it's a mad thing. I had to get onto a few man and tell him as well what time it is with these Tottenham guys, giving up chest and that, thinking of winning a trophy another year. I'm guessing that countdown on Twitter with the amount of days Tottenham haven't won a trophy is just another year strong. It's a bit of a mad thing. I forgot to put, come on, you Gunners, bro. That is a minor. But look, people, that's my thoughts on the game today. Make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe if you are new people, and we will be back with more match reaction. Like I said, I'm going to be going away on Tuesday, and I'm going to return full of energy. Hopefully, I'm going to have a little bit of work off me as well when I come back, and I can start churning out more content. Last chat from Ryan: draw is sound, could have conceded a third goal, just as easy. They'll struggle at the Emirates, bro. 110%. I agree with you. 110%. But peace and love, people. That's it from me. Come on, you Gunners. We'll go back to the Emirates and we'll do a number on him. Believe me, we're going through to the last eight. Get me? We're not Spursy. We're not Spursy. This is a different Arsenal team. You get me? And we're seeing it this year. But big up yourself, people. Remember, smash a like on your way out.